Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing review. We'll be doing some benchmarks and all that of the GTX 670 by EVGA. It's a 4 gigabit GDDR5 RAM. So let's kind of look at the box. Pretty general, kind of a little see-through here in the back. I purchased on Black Friday. Actually got it for a pretty good deal, $399. It also came with 2 games. You got Assassin's Creed 3 and Borderlands 2. The 670 is the newest of from the newest series by Nvidia, the 600 series. Below it you have the 660 Ti, and above it you have the 680 and the 690. This card, it's about $100 cheaper than the 680, and it's only about a 5 to 10% difference in performance. And you know, you could always overclock this card a little bit more, boost it, and get pretty close to what the 680 can offer. So let's open it up. Here we go. You can see they got the sticker protected on there, quality assurance, to let you know that it's never been opened. So as you know, when it comes to working with electronics, you're not always going to have 100% success rate. There's always going to be a few bad lemons in the group. So as EVGA says here, do not return it to store, in this case Newegg. Go straight through EVGA and they'll get your replacement out in case you get the bad apple. Okay. Alright. All sorts of little goodies here. Kind of inside, you got one of your power connectors. You get your 4-pin Molex to the one of the 6 pins for the GTX, and you're gonna have 2 sets of that. It's a 12-pin from the power supply to the card. Also included, you have your VGA to DVI connector. Open it up. And here we are, the GTX 670. I'm actually kind of intrigued. It doesn't look like they gave me an SLI bridge. So even though I have 2 graphics cards, I still don't have an SLI bridge. My 560 didn't come with one, nor did this one. Okay. So with the GTX here, it's got your anti-static wrapping, so it can't be damaged by electronic shock. But once you take it out, you can. So make sure you de-electrocute yourself. To do that, you just simply touch something metal. Your computer case, for example, or in this case, I got my tripod right here. It's a metal tripod. That'll ground yourself so you don't have any type of electronic shock to damage your card. You're going to pull it by the side. You don't want to touch any of the components on the back side. Sure. And there we are. Here's your GTX 670. It's actually fairly light. Here up at the top you have your 12-pin power connector. Here you have your PCI 3.0 motherboard connector. It is reverse compatible with 2.0 and 2.1, so you don't have to go out and buy a new motherboard just for this graphics card. It's backwards compatible. On the back here you have your 2 DVI outs, and at the top here you have your SLI bridge slot, so you could plug in, so you can SLI your graphics cards. You can do up to 4 with the 670. So now let's look at everything that came with the graphics card. Alright, so this graphics card came with a ton of stuff. Let's kind of go through it. Inside this little box. First we have 2 big stickers put on the side of your case. I love putting stickers on my case. It's decorated the hell out. Here's a little letter informing you that is backwards compatible with 2.0 and 2.1 PCI slots. You have your DVI to VGA adapter here. Here's a quick little startup guide. Basically shows you everything that's on the card, how to install it, all that kind of stuff. You have your driver disk. You can install these drivers to make the card running when you first use it, but I'd recommend going to the Nvidia website, which I'll link down below, where you can download the latest drivers. Also included with the CDs, your little sticker you can put on your case, powered by EVGA. You have a little coupon here, a little ad to promote the new EVGA 1500 watt power supply. You have a little warning that basically says, hey, this card gets really hot, so don't touch it right away after you turn off your computer. You have your full user manual here, kind of a full, thorough guide, everything about your graphics card. You have the 2 game vouchers, which may or may not expire by the time that you're looking to get this card. As far as I know, this goes up until December 31st, 2012, or until the supply ends. And also with Newegg, you get $10 off Windows 8 if you're thinking about upgrading. You got this fairly nice 24 by 36 inch poster. Open it up a little bit here. It's kind of cool. As you can tell in almost every video I have posters in the background. I love to decorate my walls so they're not bland, especially in this dorm room. It's just white walls and I can't do that. And then finally you have your graphics card. So some things to note: it did not come with an SLI bridge. It doesn't come with any type of video cables, which you should expect, but just so you know, it doesn't come with any type of video cables. And that's pretty much everything when it comes to inside the case. So let's kind of compare it to some different type of graphics cards, and then we'll go in through the installation and we'll start benchmarking and testing out the graphics card. So we're going to compare it to some of my older graphics cards. So we have the 670 here, we have the 560 here, and we have this tiny little guy. It's a GT210. I use this for my little Linux computer. It's really cheap, got myself like $20. It's good enough for just a little video. I can dual monitor with my little crappy Linux computer back here. So to kind of compare the cards here, they're both, the 560 and the 670 are both the same height, but the 670 has a little bit longer of a length. So if you're really jammed in your computer case here, if it's a really tight fit as it is, it may not work with your case. So you can see the 670 is a little bit longer than the 560, and the 500 series are all about the same size. So the 600 series is a little bit longer. You can see this tiny little guy. I mean, I just threw that in for reference. But they're both about the same in terms of height. You can see 2 of my favorite cards here. You got my old guy, my 560, my new one, my 670. So we already swapped out the 560. So now, let's go ahead and install the 670 in here in this case. Something I noticed when it came to also getting ready to install, I realized the graphics card, the 670, didn't come with any screws. So if you have a pre-existing graphics card, make sure to keep the screws when you're screwing it out here. So the 670, it's covered in plastic protective wrap, which is good for keeping it clean, but isn't good insulator for heat. So you're going to want to take off all the protective covering here. Should come off pretty easily, just as one thing. You're going to want to look around, make sure you have no more on here. You can see I have one on the back panel as well. I want to take that off. Alright. You may have picked up a little static from taking that off. Make sure you touch your case, discharge any type of electronic discharge you may have. Here's your card. Now we're just going to swing over to the case here. It takes up 2 slots in your PCI back bin for your 2 layers here. So now we're just going to slide it in there. Remember, evenly. Make sure it's all the way in there. Make sure the lock on the back is snapped in place. And there you go, your graphics card is now installed. So now comes the interesting bit with wiring. Before, I had my wires coming through the back, but now the wires are on the top. I'm going to have to redo some of my wiring here. But before you start moving the case around, you're going to want to make sure you screw it in place. And there you go, now your graphics card is securely installed in place. Plug it in here. Got your 2 6-pin adapters. Most ATX power supplies should come with 2 6-pins. Gotta clean this case out while I'm doing this as well, which I'll do in a minute. just gonna plug in the other. Now, while I'm here, while I have my whole case open, I'm just gonna try and clean it out a little bit. Okay, so we have the 670 installed. We got all the case panels back on. Now we're gonna go through and plug in all of my computer parts here. I use zip ties a bunch, keep them all secured. So now we're gonna plug in everything. All right. So we have all the connectors, and including the display. One thing to note, so when you have your 670, you're using the adapter, the VGA to DVI. You have to make sure that you're plugging into the correct one. You cannot plug it into the DVI-I one, which is labeled with a little back spot. I don't know if you can read that, but it's there. So you have to make sure you plug into the top one on your card, just something to note. So these are both connected via DVI. We have the installation, the driver disk right here, which we probably will not use. But let's turn on the PC. And it should work automatically. It should automatically recognize the 670. I'm not sure which monitor. Okay, so it's using this monitor as my default monitor, which is not the norm. It's the top DVI connectors, which is a primary monitor, which we will change. You can see it's working, it's functioning, it works right out of the box. However, you can see the resolutions are all screwed up and it's not recognizing this monitor here. So we're going to go... So it works. The other monitor is not properly working yet because it has to install the drivers, which should be done automatically. And now once the driver are automatically installed, you're going to have to restart your computer. So we will do that. You can see now it's switched to using this as my primary monitor, probably because it's the full DVI port here. And you can see it's full 1080p. All my icons have switched because of the whole switching of things here. But if we go to screen resolution, you can see both are registering as 1080p straight out of the box. And you can see it's recognizing both monitors. They're both 1920 by 1080p. I can see they're backwards, so if you've never used dual monitors before, it's all in screen resolution, and it's literally a drag and drop process, which is really nice. You can see now when you have a monitor or something like a window, it's across the screen. You can adjust it like pixel by pixel to make sure that these are completely exactly aligned if that's what you need. I personally don't care, not yet. I am getting a third monitor. The 670 does support 3 monitors, so you can do 3 monitor gaming, which is my goal. So you can see the video card is installed. It's working straight out of the box properly. Alright, so now that I have my graphics card installed, the next thing I'm going to do is make sure that my drivers are the most update. So just by doing that, just go into Google, just type in Nvidia driver update. It'll come across an Nvidia website. You can either select it manually or just automatically detect, which is what I do. So it's going to scan your system, find the proper graphics card. For me, it'll say GeForce GTX 670, I have the latest already. So I am set to go. My graphics card is currently updated to its max. Another program that I downloaded, or should download, I have EVGA Precision. If you have an EVGA graphics card, you can get this exclusive program called EVGA Precision. And with it, it's very similar to MSI Afterburner in terms of boosting power and all that. But it also, you have a very nice thing for setting your own fan curve. You can see I set up my own fan curve. So that as my graphics card gets hotter, my fan speed will rise to compensate. So in theory, I should be keeping a relatively cooler temperature since the fan will be boosting out heat faster. Alright, so did you see this video? We compared my old graphics card to the new graphics card in terms of size. We went through the installation process of the graphics card. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to send me a message. I'll make sure I can get back to you. People have in the past, more so about my cyber powered PC more than anything. But over time, my cyber powered parts are starting to go away. I'm starting to upgrade and get more what I want. So not because the parts are bad. My 560, it's still a great card. I'm going to sell this to a friend of mine. I love this card. It's been great. A little bit down the road, I'm gonna start uploading some more videos about, you know, the 670, benchmarking, gameplay, that kind of stuff. Maybe tutorials on overclocking even more. It already is a superclocked card, but you can still overclock. We're gonna try and get the most for your money out of this card. And also, you can expect around Christmas time, setting up a 3-monitor display and 3-monitor gaming. That is my goal this winter break. So eventually I'm going to run out of desk space here, but I will somehow fit 3 monitors on here. And we will game, and I want to play Battlefield 3 with that so badly. So we will have tutorials for that once this monitor comes to me again. I will have 2 of these and 1 of this guy. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please, feel free to like it. Really helps me out quite a lot. Feel free to subscribe and all that kind of stuff too. So right now this is ultra settings. I'm getting a solid 70, around 70 frames a second, 69, 72, 75. Put some explosion effects in here. I mean, I'm getting up to 80 now, 78.